This is a flood through the three, so as soon as we get to the frame, so there's two on the right, three on the left, and you can see the bottom two are flooding across. Boom, boom. That's letting this person drop in. The defense is building this three-person structure, 1, 2, 3, to pick up a flood three. So they're anticipating it and they're covering it very, very well. So this is a problem-solving clip that I'm showing you. So you notice that as soon as we get to here, nobody went with this bottom flutter. This defender is thinking, hey, I'm going to catch the top as they come on down. Nobody's going to watch this person. And they're also kind of going to let number 65 get through as well. So here's the problem solving piece. Oh, nobody went with me. Oh, I'm not being guarded. I'm just going to sit down in this space right here. You also get the bonus clip of somebody throwing through a sag. Right here's a marker. Here's a sag defender. Good throwers just can throw through this middle hole right here. I think I sent out a bunch of GIFs, or I'm planning to send out GIFs of people sitting. But this is a really good example of, oh, we called a play. We planned on running the play. We realized the defense is doing something to just like, when a defense is over-engineered to guard a play, we should be able to problem solve and exploit the weaknesses, because the defense can't cover everything, especially if they're thinking we're just covering this play. It's going to create spaces where just somebody is standing in the middle of the field wide open, and if you see somebody standing in the middle of the field wide open, you should throw it to them. This is just a Buford play to the right, so you can see the centering pass here, and then Buford is where the handler runs the up line, and then we drop in from the side. And you can see that Sockeye is coming down slowly. This defender here is supposed to be guarding 81. Here's the defender that's supposed to be guarding 8. Coming down slowly is a pretty good sign that they're going to set up in a sag. They're going to try to load the box. You can even see this defender coming in slow. So there's a lot of defenders thinking about defending the middle of the field. Buford gives us an opportunity to attack an edge because the defense is overloading. What's really nice about this clip is what happens afterwards. So there's the flush out on the handler, there's the throw to the edge, and now we've got a pairs cut. 1, 2. Look at how the defenders have been spread out. So that in the previous, in this clip over here that I was showing you, I was trying to point out that look at how the defense packs the box, right? Bring all these defenders to pack the box on 2. And as soon as we attack the edge and we get over here, look at how it all clears out, and all of a sudden it's 2v2 in space, and we got a pairs cut. So that's the great thing about Buford, is that it turns that numbers advantage back into a 2v2. What's really good about this is that I really like that they hit they hit the continue pass. So the first person, the pairs cut that I'm looking at, this person drives deep, this person comes under, and we hit that undercut. And then even after that undercut, you now have, here's a thrower, and here's a person 1v1 on space. Look to the left part of the screen. You can see that all 3 of the offensive cutters are off screen right now. So this right here is just a 1v1 in a big space. They don't get it to that person, but it gives them a really good opportunity. And this is a good example of how the spacing just allows you to get from a packed box, right? From this packed box, all these defenders guarding 2 people, shutting it down, to all of a sudden, here we are, 1v1, and look at all this space that we have to work with. This is another flood 3. You can see they build a 2 on the left, 1, 2, and then you can see the 3 on the right, 1, 2, 3. Off of this centering pass, off of this swing right here, the flood happens, so the bottom 2 go across. This person just drops in. This ends up being a good problem-solving example. So this, as I let this roll, you can see how the defense recognizes this play, especially this person. He's like, oh, this is going to be a flood. We're all jumping on it. This person also jumped. So you can see that 2 people went to jump the flood. 1, 2, hey, we go jump the flood. Which means the offense has to problem solve, which means people have to sit in spaces. So you can see that both of these cutters want to have their eyes on the thrower. They realize the defense didn't go with us, the defense didn't follow us, we should sit down in space. And look at how they sit. Like one person gave this angle, the other person gave that angle. They're both trying to find different holes. I don't know if they're talking about this or if they're just feeling each other out and it's chemistry. but they basically provide the thrower with like two different holes, and there we go, just a simple throw right through the defense to an unguarded person. And then I really like this continue idea where, again, we're just going to find another person kind of sitting in space and we're going to throw simple passes. If somebody's wide open, we should throw it to them. If the defense doesn't guard us, we should just kind of sit down and find our thrower's eyes and look at them. This is another 2-3. It's really hard to see the 3 in this screen. They're all off screen here, but the 2 is really visible, and it's a good example. So here we've got, I would call this a vertical 2, even though they're kind of set up diagonally. This person's dropping, this person is slashing across going deep. This person's just dropping in. This first throw is going to be easy, and then what I like about this is that they get the next pass. So you can see that the 3 on the right, notice how they're not on your screen yet. They're giving the 2 time and space to play 2v2 on half the field. Look at how this person is not, look at how they're standing, right? They're not just sprinting across the field saying, oh, let me get in the middle of all this. They're giving time and space, and you can see that they're hesitating. That allows this person to just get open. This is 1v1 in a big space. It's easy to get open 1v1 in a big space. And then this is a nice continue cut. Boom, from the 3, it's not there, just swing it. But here you go, they're already in the end zone set, and it just took 2 passes to flip the field. So this initial set doesn't fit anything that I've shown you before, but what I really like about it is what happens afterwards. So it fits in the idea that we're just throwing to the person on the sideline. And then this is the part that I really want us to focus on, is that there's a nice pairs cutting situation over here. So here's a slash and kind of a butterfly. And then from this far edge, this person's just going to fill. And the thrower does a good job. Look at how the thrower's eyes are just like across the field. So he's seeing people, not ends. He's not looking at the field. He's looking at the people. So as this first person goes, it's not there. But then right in the middle of the field, you got that diagonal move. So this initial person slashes and gives the butterfly, and the next person just fills on that diagonal. I think this is a nice example of just finding that diagonal, finding a receiver who's unguarded. Notice how the receiver doesn't even have to run through the disc because he's got so much space. And bam, the disc is back in the middle of the field, 2 throws, and all of a sudden they can start thinking about setting up their end zone set. All right, so this is another one that doesn't really fit exactly with the things that I've been showing you in the past, but you can kind of see a 3 on the right, 1, 2, 3. What's happening here is that both of these people are pushing deep, and that's allowing this person space to sweep across. So we see those both go deep, and then the top of the 3 just gets to sweep down. And what I really like here is that as they hit the top of the 3, you can see that they do build a new pairs cut. So this person came from the 3. This guy is cycling out. So if we just track this guy, he was the top of the 3. And you can watch as they come, as the receiver gets this disc, these 2, 1, 2, they basically end up coming together to set up a new pairs cut. And right here, if we like freeze framed it here, this in cut, and they just come together and build a new pairs cut. And the pairs cut is a real simple one. It's just this person slashed and they're going deep, and this guy's now going to come under. So I like this as an example of the initiation play happened, and then even after it happened, they were able to build another pairs cut on top of their initiation play, and that's just good flow.